All right, welcome back, everybody. Elon Musk deletes post about Trump assassination attempt. What happened? So yeah, obviously over the past week or two, there's been some activities in the middle of the last 2 weeks. I think there was a debate. I want to hear your thoughts on the debate. And but this post I'm looking at over here is it's actually on CNN.com about the deletion of a post by Elon Musk. He deleted a post on Monday morning that questioned why former President Donald Trump has faced two apparent assassination attempts in recent months, while President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris have not encountered any. Musk later
Oh,
claimed the post was a joke. And I quote, and no
that,
one
that
has
must
even.
be that must be an irresponsible and costly joke. Notwithstanding,
Let me quote it.
yeah, but notwithstanding, we condemn the attempt, um,
Of course, yeah.
the attempt to assassinate former President Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let me quote and I quote, and no one is even trying to assassinate Biden Kamala with emoji. Musk wrote in the now deleted X post. Musk initially resisted numerous calls throughout Sunday night to delete the post. In one post responding to a demand to take down his remarks, Musk doubled down. No one has even tried to do so, is the point I'm making, and no one will. But Musk was ultimately persuaded by an X post that said Musk's obvious intent may be misinterpreted. And I quote, fair enough, I don't want to do what they have done, even in a jest. Musk responded. He later posted several times that the deleted post had been a joke. Well, it's a stupid joke. I want to talk about that. I want to get your overall take on the debate. And
Yeah, we will move from this predicate to the debate that was held
yeah.
last week, Tuesday.
Mhm.
Honestly, in a past edition of our production here, remember I said there is a nexus, a connection, a meeting of heart. In the personality and disposition and the public actions of Mr. Musk, and ex-president Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a chip of the old block of white or right-wing extremism in this country. Understand his practices and how he was flagged for breach of laws against discrimination in the past, in how he was dealing with prospective black tenants on his property. Understand the involvement of some of his ancestors in the activities of a Ku Klux Klan in this country until that clan became insolvent because of litigation. And understand, everybody continues to refer to Elon Musk as an African, but is a different kind of African. He was born by Dutch descendants or the Boers, who at the time had invaded and usurped the place of African natives in South Africa. So the story must be straightened. So you see the meeting of minds there. I mean, these characters, where they are coming from. One is coming from a past that perpetuated and glorified apartheid, white minority supremacy in South Africa. Now he has somebody who thinks in that mode to work with, to associate with in America. And is it not, egregious for anybody because that is a dog whistle right there for attempts to be made on the lives of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Who thinks like this? Yes. No. This is a matter of logic, critical thinking. Inversely, that is what he has done.
Right.
And it's working free. This is exactly what is called white male privilege. That is what you witnessed during the debate between Kamala and Donald Trump. Kamala will be told, the microphone will be muted for Kamala. Meanwhile, Donald Trump will be allowed to range loose and just talk over her when it was not even his time. You see me gliding into the debate thing. I watched it. I lapped it up. And it was, for me, a gratifying moment to see Donald Trump whooped publicly. The butt whooping, if my language would be permitted, it was more than butt whooping. She whooped his ass. She whooped him thoroughly. Of course, the way Kamala walked on the stage that day in itself was an art. Everything, he stood where he was, crouched up and trying to give us this personality that is different, slashed over, almost like the African vegetable that you have dropped inside a a bowl of hot water. Not the same man that was running his mouth about town before. And remember the initial challenge from Kamala Harris that whatever you be saying behind me, you come and say to my face. So she walked up to him straight, stretched out her hand, and that name you've been messing with, and gave him the first teachable moment during that debate. Kamala Harris, Vice President of the United States, and he had no option. He stretched the hand out and immediately she disengaged because she would not want anybody to grab her by the push. Are you listening? Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. It looked like I lost you for a moment. So
yeah, for a moment, yes.
The encounter got really wild from that moment, and she was nailing him on and on, prosecuting him. How the world was laughing behind him. How, what was his name? How it will be the joy of Russian strongman Vladimir Putin to have him, yes, and continue to puppeteer him
and take his take his lunch,
like would hit him for lunch, and all those things. She did, yes. I do not really want to go the whole log into content analysis of the entire thing because
there's a particular comment that I want to play for you, and I want you to respond to it.
Right.
So these are some people's opinions. There's a guy called Tariq Nasheed. This is his opinion about what the debate was, or how it went. I'm going to play about 60 seconds of it, and I want to get your take on it, if you don't mind. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, hold on one second. Let me play. Let's see. Here we go.
She kind of came back and got him with, well, speaking of crime, you got a bunch of criminal charges. She got him with that. So there was some good back and forth going on there. There was some real good back and forth going on. Another thing where Trump got her is when they were talking about Russia and Putin, and Trump made a point, like, you were over there negotiating with them, with the Putin people and the Russian people and people over there in that part of the planet, the part of the world. You were over there negotiating, and when you got back a few days later, a war broke out. So your negotiating skills are trash. So he got her on that. So there was a lot of good back and forth going on. Trump got a little flustered later, and I can understand why he was getting a little agitated later. So that kind of threw him off of his game a little bit. And here's the thing, the questions were basically designed in Kamala's favor. If you notice that most.
All right, so I'm gonna stop right there.
Well,
Yep.
this dude just messed up. Initially, yes, I was going to have some points of agreement with him, but honestly, to have kissed up to the nonsensical misinformation being trafficked by MAGA people this way his conclusion really messed up the entire effort, and it shows where he belongs. Nobody leaked any. Yes, to want to have this notion, this suggestion that the entire thing was leaked to Kamala is, being copied outrightly from the propaganda of Donald Trump. That is a trash. It never happened that way. Now, something that really he was trying to touch on the what muffled and got Donald Trump
Agitated.
really thrown, agitated. It was the point at which, this thing that Barack Obama mentioned during the DNC, the crowd obsession.
Right.
That was the point. Kamala looked him straight in the eyes. That is always talking of this imaginary imaginary character of Hannibal or whatever, and the crowd size and how people get bored and they walk away from his rallies.
Of his rallies.
And she got under his skin right there, and you could see the demeanor, yeah. Honestly, she finished him.
I think
finished
so.
him. And
the highlight
totally,
of the night is the dogs and the cats being eaten in
yes,
Illinois. So
in Illinois, and it was fact checked, and then he unraveled from there. even this talk of this attempt at suggesting that you went there, it was a trash on your negotiation. That point did not really land. It did not land.
Yeah.
Remember the expose that we all got about how Donald Trump brought Taliban people to our revered and hallowed what's it called? Was it Camp David? Wherever, for negotiation. All those things were thrown on Donald Trump's face. But the worst of all was the way he himself demarketed himself, saying the Hungarian strongman approves of him. It reminded me of this man that used to tend our school company in those days. We used to call him Atogo. Some people used to call him Agekwejo. Our former school, our former principal, our school principal saw him early in the morning. He said, "Yes, you moron, come here." And Agekwejo went all over the school compound, jumping up in joy, saying, "Oh, I saw the school principal this morning. He gave me a fantastic name. He said I'm a moron." He said, "Oh, he called you what? Moron." So, and you are rejoicing about that. So, Hungarian strongman called Donald Trump, applauds him, a despot, a dictator. Look at the company he keeps. Honestly, he was the man that ultimately nailed his own coffin. Even in his, Kamala succeeded at burying him. But even in his death, he still made that zombie thing and nailed his own coffin. That is this is my conclusion on the event of that day. Kamala Harris won the debate hands down.
Yeah, I think.
And I think this notion, for example, look at this second attempt on his life. The way the corporate media, they don't act like mainstream media like SharpEdge News. The way the corporate media is trying to market it and misinform and disinform all of us. Oh,
I mean, they are reporting
that
and
guy
they are
never
questioning
fired the
their
shot
own.
at him. You
Okay,
said?
so there's a lot of reports and they're questioning their own reports, and there's a lot of it's
Yes,
just
because
quite
this is the way they are stoking the monster, always playing up the demagoguery and the whatever the monster waiting to happen inside Donald Trump. It's all he has done everything to destroy the media in this country. Yet the media is so obsessed with him.
Yeah.
They try to give him this larger than life image. That guy never fired a shot at him. We don't know. Let the FBI continue with his investigations.
Right.
Let the Secret Service, let them put together the facts. But this attempt to now make it look, in fact, what expert opinion is saying is that the likelihood that if that guy had fired a shot at Donald Trump, that the thing would have landed. They were giving it a low mark in terms of possibility of the thing.
It's almost impossible. Okay.
But they also forget to mention the fact that Donald Trump had been sat down. He was given enough lessons about how he should minimize, lessen his visit to all these Gulf cousins. But you know what? He has lost all the appeal. Generals and all kinds of people are dissociating themselves from him. Nobody wants him near the White House anymore. He has to pander to all this so-called, and I don't want to minimize it. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
It's okay.
He has to play it up to make up for the loss in a public. You said?
I must say this. That guy that I played his audio just now,
Yes,
he was trying too hard to play the middle.
he's not playing any middle. He's biased. It's obvious for him to have even tried to discredit.
So I know him well enough. He's trying to claim. I know him well enough that he's not just coming all the way to support Trump. He's not doing that, but he's also trying to fake play a devil's advocate of some sort.
Well,
and he was trying so hard.
That advocacy has not landed well. He needs to retract from that. I mean, that's some advocacy taken too far. He's toying with the emotion of this country at this moment. Nobody wants to hear that because that's not what happened. We are tolerant of all views.
Exactly. That's not what happened.
Yes, that's not what happened. There was no leakage. Kosori Jombe now.
The headline, right? The headline says, "Was Kamala being fed answers? Was Kamala being fed answers during the debate?"
That is the typical thing that Donald Trump and the MAGA idiots went to town with.
Really?
No, yes, that's what they've been. That is what they've been. Oh, I met a good friend, a Trumper, who thought, that was being whispered to her. So I said, where? Even if they had brought Osonyi, that means that they would link with Igba in Nigeria and they would say Osonyi is talking. Where is that proof? Did they play that game on me somewhere in Nigeria? I was looking for the wire connecting that thing. We can't find that wire connected to the ears of a Kamala Harris there. So these people should stop this trash. They failed. They failed. And look at the way he quickly went into the spin room that day and was declaring victory and saying, when somebody is beaten, that is why they asked for a rematch. He doesn't want to come anymore because he knows that second time is going to be serious. Yeah. It's going to be a disaster. You said?
I want to give you one last critique of Kamala's debate. Okay, so I'm going to read it. It says, first, she ignored every question about immigration. Second, when Trump was asked about his questioning of her blackness, she didn't say that she was black at all. She just laughed. She never said she was a black woman. What do you say about that?
Well, that response in itself was pregnated, that she didn't say anything. The best answer for a fool is to ignore.
Silence,
And
right?
yes, so I mean, who is Donald Trump to tell us the the statistic? What is it called? The data on our color pigmentation. Who
Mm-hmm.
is it? Was it there when God did the act? It was
Yeah.
not part. It was not part of the creation process. So it's idiotic for anybody, less Donald Trump, to want to calculate how much of anybody is black or brown or whatever or chocolate.
Mm.
Now, to the other issue of her ignore or that she ignored the question on immigration. She
Right.
did not. She did not. She made it plain and she articulated it the way to follow and pointed out that the only person who has paid lip service to immigration reform has been Donald Trump because there is nothing in it for whatever is going to work for the public. Remember how he invited over Republican congressional members,
Mm-hmm.
even when the original bill, the sponsorship came from the Republican caucus. But the moment he knew if that thing passed, it will halt his chances in the election, and he needed something with which to campaign. He instructed them otherwise. And that was the story Kamala Harris stuck with, and which she told all of us. And we were part of, I mean, we witnessed it all in this country. So there is no rehashing of anything. So she did not ignore it. You know, people remember that that group, and then immediately after the debate, they gave 67% pass mark to Kamala Harris, and that is where I stand. She whooped him hands down. He had nothing to grab that day. He had nothing to grab. He saw the stuff a sophisticated woman is made of.
Okay. All right. Good. Let's round it up right there. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, and follow. Join the conversations in the comment area. Not too how you did. All right. So we have another topic from Trendy Topics for the day, and then we'll be right back.